I'm going to go into a difficult place with you here today, and we're going to talk about some frustrating and hard truths regarding life with a narcissist. So just hang in there with me because we're going to be talking about some tough things, but I'm hoping it's going to be something that will resonate with you. Now, let me set this up by saying that through the times that I've been doing these videos, I've received quite a number of comments from you and many questions, and there's a common theme that many of you will bring to me, and that is, well, Carter, I hear what you're saying about how you're supposed to respond to the narcissist relative to this issue and that issue, but what if the narcissist is your boss and you don't have any place to go? What if the narcissist is a stepmother who has hijacked your father who has dementia and is keeping you from being able to be with that father during some very, very vulnerable times? What if the narcissist is an ex-spouse who is absolutely making your life miserable and alienating your children from you? What if that narcissist is someone who's in a social circle and they have, quote, successfully smeared your name to other individuals? What if the narcissist is someone who has physically abused you and left you just feeling like an emotional basket case? What if the narcissist is someone you're married to and because of money situations, you're not able to get away from it? Do you see what I'm saying? There can be some really difficult scenarios where a good fixed answer just doesn't seem to fit. One of the things you'll probably notice that I have said on more than one occasion is we can't just apply a one-size-fits-all answer, because some folks say, well, if you're with a narcissist, put them in your rearview mirror. Go no contact and have nothing to do with them. Well, many times that would be the best things. But then we go back to that what if. What if that narcissist is somebody I can't completely get rid of? You know, they're the proverbial gift that keeps on giving, but not in a wonderful kind of way. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is, you know, and I know that when you're in those kind of situations, there can be answers, if you will, but answers that don't necessarily satisfy. And that's the difficult space I'm wanting to speak into with you today. And so there are two different sides of this thing I'm wanting to look at. One is I want to just see if we can acknowledge some ugly truth. And then another is I do want us to look at how we might be able to respond knowing that these ugly truths are there. One ugly truth that we're going to need to acknowledge is narcissists can create pain and real pain for a long and lasting time. Many times the behaviors of the narcissist and the aftermath of your engagement with them, the difficulty, the pain can linger for years, sometimes decades. It may be that you have gone no contact, but it may be that the pain that you feel associated with that individual just doesn't go away. Another ugly truth is many times it feels as if the narcissist indeed wins. If by winning they get to skip off into the world and feel like, yeah, I showed you, didn't I? And they can be the kind of person that just lords themselves over you in this real superior kind of way, and you don't have a whole lot of strength or willpower or desire to come back and say, yeah, but you're a this or you're a that. Your mama wears army boots. You don't want to do that. And so the narcissist can think, I won, didn't I? It's true. It happens. Or another ugly truth is that your life can actually be significantly altered by your exposure to narcissists. You know, you can go back and play the coulda, woulda, shoulda game. If I didn't have my exposure to the narcissist, whether it's in the business realm or in my family situation or in a marital or live-in situation or with my kids, but we can play coulda, woulda, shoulda all day long, and bottom line is there it is, and your life is just different, and it always will be different, and you may feel like you don't measure up to other individuals who have not had the same set of experiences. There it is. Or it may be that another ugly truth is You'll have some onlookers in your life. Could be someone in your close family circle or social circle or business place who will give you well-intended advice, but as far as you're concerned, it's empty. Who can really know and fully understand what you've been through if they haven't been through it themselves? And sometimes people, they may be naive and they may be wanting to say nice things to you, but if they haven't experienced it, they don't quite know what it's like. And there you are thinking, well, thank you, I appreciate it, but it didn't help. Or another ugly truth is you may sometimes feel paralyzed as you attempt to speak out or live out your version of the truth. There are times when you want to go to certain people, whether it's a family member that's been impacted, or especially if it's a child or a parent or a sister or a close friend or a former coworker. You may want to go to that person and say, I'd like to give you my version of things. But they're not listening, or they're not available, or it can sound like it's whining or griping or overly justifying, and you think, well, I'm just kind of stuck knowing what my truth is, but I feel paralyzed in terms of being able to say it with others. So we have these ugly truths that are inherent sometimes when we are dealing with that narcissist who is just absolutely impossible to deal with. How are we going to manage? Now, the first thing I'm going to say to you, and I just want you to hear me and hear me all the way. You ache. You hurt. You cry. And there are simply times when your thoughts and your feelings and your responses to the narcissist is going to be nothing but pain. There it is. And there are going to be times when you're going to say, I wish that I didn't have to go through this. I wish I didn't have to live this kind of truth, but it's there. Don't run away from it. Don't make your pain an enemy. Listen to what it's saying. Let yourself hurt. Let yourself be human. Now, another thing that may happen as you try to figure out what am I going to do in the aftermath of dealing with this impossible narcissist, it may be that you'll have to pare down the number of people that you can be vulnerable with. Like I said, there can be some people that can come to you and they want to help and they want to be there for you, but they don't really know how to speak into it, or if they do, it doesn't help. But then there's another thought that I want you to consider, and that is, you may actually be able to find some unique individuals that you can be vulnerable with that you might not earlier in your life have known would be there. Open yourself up to those. There are some people who can do the me too response to you. They may not have had your exact set of circumstances, but they've had their circumstances too. Make sure that as you have your pain, you allow someone to know it. Particularly if it's someone that has had their pain, and there can be a kindred spirit that can come because of that. Now, another option, I'm just going to put it out there, you can choose to be bitter. You can choose hate. You'll notice again that in many of my videos, I speak against that. It's like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to go to that place. It's always an option. But then when we talk about a narcissist winning, that's when they win. Now, what I'm hoping instead is that you can also choose to anchor down on the things in life that matter most to you. And that is an appreciation for simple moments. You may appreciate music and art. You may appreciate beauty. There may be some people in your world who like being with you. It may be that there's a service project that you're involved in. Make sure that you see those moments as moments that can, in fact, be pure gold. Yes, your world may have been altered because of that impossible narcissist, but it doesn't mean that goodness ceases to exist. Find it and live into it. And then I'm hoping that as you look at the circumstances that created some of the strain and difficulty you've had with the narcissist, I'm hoping that you'll develop a very powerful initiative to be the voice of goodness towards other individuals. Remember my mantra, Dr. C, DRC, stands for dignity, respect, and civility. I believe in those concepts down to the core of my being, and I'm hoping that that's something that you can hold on to in your life. And even if you've had pain, or why don't we say, especially if you've had some pain, you'll be the one that says, watch what I have to offer from here on out. I am going to be the embodiment of goodness. Now, it may be that you'll have to learn to let go of some of your ideal plans, but when you do, it can allow you to focus on one very large question, and that is, what am I going to do with my today? And I'm hoping that you'll realize I still have good answers to that question. I can do good things with my today. The narcissist, they may think they win, but when my character is intact, when my priorities are intact, that's winning. I do hope that you find values in videos such as this. Know that I'm glad that you allow me to be a part of your journey with you. Beneath, you'll see the subscribe button. And if you haven't done so, I'd like for you to invite you to hit that subscribe button. You'll also know that we have a link to a new website, and you can sign on to our email list there. It's survivingnarcissism.tv, and we're going to have lots of things that we're going to be putting on there, articles and quizzes and bonus videos. Avail yourself to that. If you could use some online counseling, and perhaps you'd like to have somebody that you can talk these things through with, and you don't have anybody right there in your immediate surroundings, we have a link for that. And if that's something you need to do, make use of that. That would be good for you. We also have links to my books, my online workshops, and coffee mugs. Know that I mean it from the depths of my heart when I say, I know that there are people in your world who may really have felt like they have won and they have vanquished you. But the one thing I want you to anchor down on, I'm repeating myself, anchor down in good character. I wish for you peace.